Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Big one today, Monday. Hope you've had a good weekend and it's all been not too bad with the lockdown. Cheers, bit of water. Now, big day today. We're going to announce the winner of our competition from last week. I've already sent them off a message on the video to let them know to get this prize pack. The winner is Aisha Rose Milne. I've sent her a message, so if she can get back to and send me an email through 34fishing@yahoo.com, that'll be much appreciated. And I'll get your details and send you over this goodie bag on behalf of myself and Tigers Media and Boca Bearings. That's very, very cool. So thanks to all that entered and joined the channel and come along and new. I've had a heap of new people join up in the last week, so it's been pretty fantastic. Super stoked about it. I'm glad you're along. Hope you're enjoying what you've come to see, and it's worthwhile hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't already and you're here, why not smash it down below? Come along for the journey with me from beginner to hopefully pro down the track. It'd be nice, it'd be good. I'd love to be able to have a job as a professional photographer. I think it'd be pretty cool. Definitely better than what I'm doing now, but you've got to pay the bills. So, no, it's fantastic. I do appreciate every one of you out there that support me every day with the Another Day, Another Vlog series, as well as all my other videos, whether it's how-tos, tech reviews, travel, or my photography stuff. I do appreciate it, and yeah, it's great to be part of this big wide web of YouTube. Just chuck that out the way down here. Don't want to get that dirty. Rightio, so while we're speaking about this big wide world of YouTube and everything that's happening in it, there's been some changes. Obviously with COVID, the money has slowed up a little bit in the advertising department and AdSense, and also Amazon, I guess affiliate links have dropped their value. So obviously, you know, the guys that do rely on it, they're going to be suffering a little bit. I don't get, and pretty much I think I've only had a couple come through my eBay affiliate links, which you'll see down below of every video. I think a couple of people have bought things, and I do appreciate it, and it's like anything is good that I put, and I pretty much use everything I get to put it straight back into the channel to either buy new gear or to review or anything like that. So yeah, it's pretty important to most creators to be able to get new stuff and to review it and keep you sort of up to date. So it is important, and it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for all of us. Everyone's feeling the same pain and suffering. We did have good news today. My wife's work's opening back up next week, so she's got a job back, which is good because all the JobKeeper stuff that the Australian government announced, she couldn't get any of it. Yeah. And as we've discussed many times, that everything they did announce is pretty much going to come too late, or pretty much most of the people can't get it anyway, or their work refuses to do it. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag of good ideas that haven't been properly done and haven't followed through, and just too late. So fingers crossed, there's not too, you guys out there that are struggling are having a couple of wins in that department. So I'm thinking of you. It's not much fun at all. So yeah, AdSense, they're dropping the value, I guess, of the claims. I haven't seen exactly how much it is. Until I get to 1,000 subscribers, I don't even get to find out. But I'm sure it does affect a fair few. So just keep supporting the guys that you watch. If you are going to buy something, I think it doesn't cost you any more to go through the affiliate links. And the links I use always try to go to eBay, which to me are the cheapest place I can find something. Generally, I don't think you have to buy brand new. There's nothing wrong with a good second-hand quality thing, and I've got a lot of great stuff off eBay that's been second-hand that has worked a treat. So, and you're going to help that person out by, even if they get a couple of bucks here and there, it does make a difference. always much appreciated by all the creators out there. So it's changing for everyone. The world's changing. I'm sure once we get that vaccine and the world travel starts again, and all the big machine gets that gears going again, and the whole world cranks up into overload, I'm sure they'll bounce back nicely. But it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for everyone, even the guys that are trying to create your stuff at home at the moment. Now, iPhone 12, Everything Apple Pro dropped. He got hold of a CAD rendering of the brand new iPhone 12 Pros. Printed it out, looks pretty cool. It's gone back to the square shape. I think it was the iPhone 5 had that square shape, or the 4, the one where it had like the rectangular, the boxy shape, which now the iPad has followed into. So basically the new iPhone is going backwards. We're going away from rounded edges again, which was really flash. Didn't bother me because it goes in a case, so, and that's the biggest thing. With a lot of these cosmetic changes, I think probably 60% of the population really doesn't give a crap. I'd say probably more than that, because everyone uses a case. You'd have to be crazy to carry around nowadays a $2,000 phone when you could drop it and smash it and you get nothing for it. Insurance ain't going to cover it, especially not Amy. So it's good to see it. The form factor's there, and I think what that allows them to get a little bit more into it. But it's 6.7-inch screen. That's basically locked and confirmed. This design basically locks it all in. The cameras are going to be bigger. The actual lenses are going to be bigger, and that square, the shape is actually a solid square, not a rectangular shape, and it's larger. So that's what we can. They do reckon it's going to be a smaller notch, but it's probably going to be more width-wise than height-wise. The height's probably going to stay the same and be a little bit smaller on the width-wise. And also from that rendering, or from that CAD design, they've been able to find out it's got that smart connector on the side of the phone. The SIM card tray moves over the other side of the phone, and there's a little smart connector. Now, that's only used on the iPad Pro for the pencil. That's where the pencil attaches or magnetizes on and charges from and stuff like that. So that's now, they're saying that's now going to come on the phone. What it's going to be used for, they're not sure. They don't think the pencil will block all the buttons. So whether there's a smaller little stylus type pencil coming for the phones, or maybe a way you can attach your headphones to it, or I'm not sure what they're planning there, but it looks like it is definitely coming out on the 12s. What it's for, we don't know, but yeah. So definitely later this year we'll get the 12s, 5G, Apple's first 5G phones. It's going to be a big thing, but we now know exactly what the shape's going to be, and the size of it, and how it all looks in the body style. So it is definitely a step forward, or a change in direction backwards to the old style. And I actually preferred it when I was a little bit more square myself than the rounder ones, but my case is a square solid case anyway, through Element. So very cool. Now Nikon, through Nikon Rumors over on Twitter, there's a new lens coming out, a duo lens Apo 85 2.8 appchromatic lens coming out. Looks pretty snazzy. I'm sure you Nikon guys will appreciate it. Going to be a great portrait lens, down to a 2.8, so it's going to work out pretty well. It's in a chrome sort of a colour. It's not like a normal black lens or anything like that, so it's pretty looks pretty fancy. Got that vintage sort of a feel to it, so I think that'll sell pretty well. No dates on that. It was just basically a photo drop of it. So I guess if you use Nikon guys, if you want to go check it out, go suss that out over on Nikon Rumors on Twitter. You'll be able to get some more. I'll put the photo in the thumbnail, give you a rough idea what it looks like. Rivian before the lockdown were into their test building phase, so they're doing all their prototype buildings, their test vehicles that'll be testing and getting ready for crash testing and stuff like that. That's all in full production at the moment over at Rivian. The cars look pretty good. They're getting the processes down. They're working on obviously getting all the wiring, how it all melds together, making sure the body sits on the chassis nicely. All that seems to be going well. There's a video up on YouTube where the manager of their test vehicles, or basically the guy that puts them all together and works out how they're going to go together, and then they write up a procedure for how it happens, get the parts in the right order and the timings and all that sort of stuff. What do you call it? The mechanics, I guess, mechanics of how it's all going to flow. That seems to be going pretty well. He was happy. Obviously, the lockdown now is going to affect the timing of it when it's coming out, but it is due, I'm pretty sure, this year or later this year. So they've got that test vehicles out there. It's really good news, and it does look good. Rivian, I think, are going to do pretty well out of this. Little product review, Sennheiser Momentum, boys over at, what's it called? I can't remember Linus's other channel. It's not Tech Quickie. The one they review, Short Circuit. They dropped out the Sennheiser Momentum Wireless 2. Now, they did have originally a Momentum. They didn't go as really well. The batteries were pretty average on them, so they didn't meet up to the standards, and Apple sort of still controlled it. Now they've released out a new one. They've got those battery issues fixed, so that's good. You get a solid 7 hours out of them with a 21-hour charge out of your case. The case is still a little bit bigger than the Apple products, the Pros, so it is a little bit bigger, not too much, but still, if you want someone that carries them in your pockets everywhere instead of your backpack, which I would do, or wherever you're carrying, size-wise, it is a little bit bigger than the Apple Pros. The quality is good. They are full noise cancelling. You can set up all your touch systems as to your likings through the Sennheiser app. It didn't link as easily as the Apple, and it's probably a little bit under the Apple quality. Those Apple Pros are still probably going to be in front, but if you like the Sennheiser sound, this new product from them is going to do pretty well. I think they've got a lot better. They've fixed a lot of their stuff ups from the last one, so it is a lot better item. If you're looking for one, go check out the Sennheiser Momentums. They should go pretty well. Now, if you're a Nintendo Switch person and you've got a spare one at home, get on eBay and sell it, because you'll make it packet at the moment. They're selling out like hotcakes in the States. Huge. Anyway, they're saying, the guys on thing were saying, Tech Quickie, anywhere we're up to $1,000 Australian for a epoxy Nintendo Switch. So yeah, I've never used it. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I've always sort of been a PlayStation guy myself. But from memory, they're only like $300-400, so they're selling for like 2 to 3 times their price. So if you've got one and you really don't want it, now's a good time to sell it. You can probably sell it second hand and still make a fair amount of cash. The lockdown has got everyone in Nintendo mode. It's made a massive comeback since the COVID issue. So yeah, huge stuff on Nintendo. If you do have one, now's the time to get rid of it if you didn't want it. Gold. Now, video-wise, obviously weekends I don't do much work anymore on that. I have my break, and that's been really good actually for me to switch off. I did get out, doing my exercise and going for some hikes and stuff. I got out on the push bike on, I think, Friday. I went for a bike ride around the Swan, so that was pretty cool. I did basically a run and gun test on the Panasonic LUMIX camera, so that'll be coming up. I've got that in the bag to get out to you. And it worked out pretty well. I went through a lot of the functions, the creative filters and stuff they had. I didn't take anything. You can't connect sound to it, so I'm not sure how it's going to sound. It might sound pretty terrible, but I thought the best way to test something is just to get it, chuck it in my pocket, and that's where it just sat in my pocket while I was riding my BMX. Ran around and I shot things and filmed things and videoed things with it, and to see how it went. So I've got that coming up in the bag, so that's looking good. It rained, not last night, the night before, fairly decently, so I got up early in the morning and a lovely wife said, why don't you go shoot some photos and get some fresh air today. So I just right up, don't have to tell me twice, grabbed my trusty newer bag, quickly chucked some stuff in it, and I grabbed both the Panasonic, the GoPro, and I thought I'll do bit more of a test. I can do a test between both of them. So I just shot out to Lesmurdie Falls. I haven't been there in a year since I sort of really ramped up my photography side. So I shot back out there. The falls were running, so it was really, really cool. Got there a little bit late. The sun had just come over the crest of the waterfall, so it was a little bit bright, but I still think I got a couple of really nice shots with the creek and the waterfalls and the bits and pieces around there. So see how it goes. But I also did a test on using the difference between GoPro 7, the Panasonic LUMIX FT7 and the Canon M50 to vlog with. So there's a bit of a good little of a learning thing there, and as well maybe some photos. It was a little quick journey, and I just like basically just grabbed my bag and just ran out the door and said, I didn't even know where I was going until I got in the car and got down the highway and went, let's go there. Something different. I haven't been there for a year, let's go. So it was really, really cool, and I'm glad I did it. I think sometimes you just need to just go out, just get out and take some footage and just shoot. If it's good, it's bad, whatever, you're out there doing what you need to be doing. It keeps you going, gives you something to work on as well when you're basically stuck home the rest of the time. When you only get one chance a day to go out and do stuff, use it as best you can. So I'm pretty happy with it. Now my other video is, I've got pretty much all the photos, the one I'm actually trying to get out this week. All the photos are pretty much done. I've got tonight I'll start putting that in and getting the video in and start putting it together. So hopefully Wednesday, generally I can get them out by Wednesday now. I should be able to have that out and ready to rock and roll. So new video, it's looking pretty good. It was a lot of work. The photos really, really crushed me this one. Just that light, just that bad light from the city makes it really, really tricky. So I'm working hard on that. I've got to go out tomorrow night as well. I want to go out tomorrow night and shoot, so that might slow it down a bit. I've got a big clear night with the big astro shot for a video I want to do. So I've got that happening as well. So lots happening in the channel, on the channel, and about the channel. But that's about it. Monday. Welcome back to another week. Let's get into it. It's going to be a big week, I think. We've got a lot happening. We should have some Apple. We've got the DJI stuff happening this week. There's a few other little bits and pieces happening this week, so it's going to be a big one. Can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon. So whether you're going that way, home, or you're going into work tonight, or you're still locked down with us, we'll see you soon. Ciao.